Okay, guys, ready? Are you ready? Okay, we're going to start actually lying down. I know your favorite position. Shavasana. So, coming to lie down in Shavasana, just pausing there for a moment, the arms by the sides. So, just for a point of reference, this is going to be a lateral practice today. So, something to put a pin in. One of the ideas or the reasons why that we put this into the teacher training is specifically going through forward bend sequence, back bend, twisting, and lateral is to recap the energetics of what's going on as we're doing these different poses. So we're reviewing the energetics and also to remind you guys of especially those of you who have studied with me in the past, of what these different poses can do. But as you're lying here in Shavasana, just for a moment, kind of going back into that bhavana yesterday. My body is like the vast expanse of sky. And perhaps feeling a sense of becoming limitless. Feeling as if you're opening yourself up to a universe of limitless possibilities. Notice what is in your mind. Let it dissolve. And direct your attention to the breath and the expansive quality of breathing. So let's start to add a little bit of movement with the breath, just very slowly and mindfully. Just inhale and bring the arms and reach up over your head to the floor behind you. If that hurts your shoulders, then make some adjustments. Don't hurt your shoulders. And then exhale, bring the hands back down beside your hips. Just keep the arms straight. Inhale, bring the arms up to the ceiling. And then over your head. And then very slowly with your breath, exhale, bring the hands back down beside your waist. And as you're doing this, start to cultivate that bhavana of my body is becoming like the vast expanse of sky, and or I am opening myself up to a universe of limitless possibilities. There's also another bhavana, not to confuse you or to add so many, but you can also use this kind of bhavana of I'm expanding my capacity. And so I'm expanding my capacity. And as you inhale, bring the arms and reach up. And actually hold the breath there for a moment. Don't count it. Just stay there for a short moment. And then exhale and bring the hands back down beside your waist. And do that about maybe 2 or 3 more times. Again, don't count it, but also don't go beyond your capacity. Just hold it for a short, sweet moment. And just feel as if you are really beginning to expand your capacity as you hold your breath. That you can really feel the essence of who you are starting to grow, starting to move beyond that self-imposed box. And that who you are is reaching out into the world, reaching out into the universe of limitless possibilities. After you bring the hands over the head the next time, hold the breath, and then just leave the hands there. We're going to stay there for a short moment. Inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Now, once you start breathing again, leaving the hands over your head, Nicole, and start to flex the feet and press through the heels of your feet away from you. So whatever direction you're facing, press the inner legs or the inner heels as you reach. And so there's this physiological feeling of expanding your capacity, yeah? And just be in that space of just feeling what it's like to lengthen. Then from here, start to just kind of slide the upper torso over to the right as far as you can comfortably. Don't let the shoulders come off the ground. So, like, that was fine, Brittany, exactly what you did. And then slide the legs as well over to the right, but keep the legs on the ground, Nicole. So keep the legs down, and then just slide your torso. So you're doing this. Yeah, and then bring your legs over. Keep the legs on the ground. Keep the hips on the ground. Good. And now bring the legs over. There you go. That's it. Yes. Do you feel that stretching in here? Good. Inhaling deeply. So use that bhavana. I'm expanding my capacity. And as you breathe in, feel the literal sensation, the sensation literally expanding in the left side of your body right now. As you breathe in, you feel the intercostals expanding, the breath expanding, maybe even the idea of who you are starting to expand. And then very slowly start to come back to center and then slide over to the other side. And again, feeling that right side of your upper torso starting to expand. And as you're here, feel the breath. Feel the breath expanding in the right side. And steep into that bhavana. I'm expanding my capacity. I'm expanding my capacity. Take one or two more deep breaths. Feel the intercostals and the right side of your body expanding. Maybe even feel the diaphragm starting to extend or expand a little bit more, especially on inhalation. Nice. And then slowly come back to center. Okay. And then let the hands come back down beside you. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of PT here, or MAT, muscle activation in the QL. So if you guys want to just have a quick look, you know, Ray and Stephanie, we did this in the 14-day, but if you guys want to come over, you can. But if you three of you want to come over and just quickly look at Brittany here. So the instruction is to do a hip hike. Okay, yeah, that's it. So just come back to neutral again. So try not to move the upper torso. All I want you to do, may I stand over you, is to pull, where's your hip bone? There it is. This is the floating rib. And so you're going to pull the hip bone up to the, you can pull it up, to the floating rib as much as you can. Now, more specifically, the top of the pelvic bone. Oh yeah, Brittany's really ticklish, sorry. Oh, can you please move over here? It's okay. Sorry, guys. You can stand over here. Is to, so again, let's just do that for the camera because we missed it. You're going to pull up. Okay, good. And then down. And then here is at the top of the, Brittany's shooting daggers out of her eyes to me, is you're actually pulling the top of the pelvic bone up. Now, you can just stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Pull up. Stay there. So you can think of a Coke can, a can of Coke or an empty beer can, and put that like right here. You're kind of crushing that beer can, if that makes any sense, or that whatever works for you. Yeah, and then come back. Okay, so we're going to do that, and that's really starting to kind of center in or narrow in on the QL, quadratus lumborum. Yeah. So as you're going through the applied yoga anatomy section, that is covered, but we will also go through it on Skelly as well. But the QL basically attaches to the back of the pelvic bone, and it attaches to the lumbar spine and to the floating rib. So all we're trying to do is shorten that muscle as much as we can. We're also kind of getting into the lateral obliques as well, the lateral fibers of the obliques. So it's just a really nice, gentle exercise. So come and lie down when you're ready, and we'll continue on. But I wanted to explain that just a little bit so you guys can try it out. Okay? So again, we'll do the right side. And you guys will feel this. It's very potent. Did you feel it, Brittany? Yeah. So do the hip hike on the right side. Leave the right leg on the floor, Nicole. So don't lift the leg up. All you're doing, don't lift the leg up. All you're doing is pulling that, yes, just like that. It's very simple. But hold it. Don't move. Stay there. Hold it there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then relax it. And then do it again on the same side. 1, 2, 3, yeah, and relax. Yeah. If you bring your hand, do it again. Yeah. 5, 6, and relax. All we're doing is we're starting to shorten that muscle. And do it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. Good. And do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And one more time. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and relax. Good. Just kind of wiggle your glutes. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Ray, you feeling it? Yay. And then do it on the left side. So a hip hike on the left side. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and relax. It's worthwhile noting that a lot of people, when they say they throw their backs out, a lot of times it's related to QL. And the QL getting really stressed out. And then do it again. 2, 3. Remember not to grind your teeth down, just to relax your jaw. 5, 6, and come down. And then do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And then do it again. Yeah. Right there, you feel that in there. Yeah. And then relax. And do it again. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Feel that in there? Yeah. And relax. And do it again. So one of the things about the QL is also maintaining stability in your pelvis in relationship to your spine. So it attaches the pelvic bone into the spine, and relax. And do it again. 1, 2, and also to the ribs. So there's definitely, if the QL isn't functioning correctly, there's also a relationship between the QL and our respiration. So there's definitely some influence there. And relax. Okay, we'll do it one more time. And hip hike on the left. 4, 5, 6, and relax. Very good. Okay. Bring the knees into the chest and roll over to the right. And actually, come and lie down onto your stomach. So kind of roll all the way over onto your stomach. Okay. Now, I know that some of you have studied with me recently, have done this experiment, but there's some people here who haven't done this experiment. So it's okay. It's all good. Oh, it takes lots of times for you guys to remember things. Oh my God. Um, but this is a fun little experiment. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders, come into kind of a cobra pose. So the hands come into cobra prep. Okay, all I want you guys to do, without really thinking about too much, is just come into your cobra pose. So come into your cobra. We're not going to stay there long, so don't worry. Just come into your cobra. Okay, good. And then come on down. So this is, again, an experiment. So you guys are going to see the difference before and after. Bring your arms down beside your waist. And then inhale, lift the chest up and lift the legs up as high as you can. So this particular pose, we're isolating a muscle called the longissimus, which runs from the sacrum all the way up into the neck, up into the cervical spine, and then slowly come down, turn the head to the side. Good. And then come on up. And it's really more of a global stabilizer, meaning that it doesn't really attach onto the spine, but it stabilizes the trunk. There's parts of it in the lumbar that do actually attach into the spine, but in the upper part it runs parallel to the spine. And then come on down. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Okay, and then come on up again. Now we're going to start to add on here. So from here, bring the arms reach forward. Again, we did this yesterday. Lift the imaginary beach ball up as high as you can. And now squeeze the elbows back. And then lift up again. Good. Lift your hands up now, Ray. Yes, yes. A little bit of posterior delt there. Exhale, come down. Breathe in deeply and exhale. And there's a place when you come out of this posture, even when you're in it, but especially when you come out of it, you feel your energy expanding. I'm expanding my capacity. Have that as your bhavana. Come back up, inhale. And then bring the arms forward. Bring the arms forward. Now lift the leg bones up as high as you can. Don't lose that. And lift the arm bones up. Now squeeze the elbows back. Good. And lift up, up, up. And then slowly come down. You guys are going to get so strong after this month. Yeah. Okay, bring the arms forward and come on up again. Lift up as high as you can. Good. Lift up. Nice, Kaylee. Beautiful, Kathy. Nice, Janice. Draw the shoulder blades back. Now squeeze the elbows back. There you go. That's it, Janice. Try to keep the elbows in line, Emma, with your shoulders. And then lift the hands up higher. Good. And then slowly come on down. Breathe in deeply. Nicole, how are you doing? It's difficult. It is difficult. But this is like one of the best things that you can do to strengthen your back muscles. They don't get a lot of press. Okay, come up again. Bring the arms forward. Turn the palms in. Draw the shoulders down. Elongate the neck. Good. And now squeeze the elbows right there. Right there. Now lift the manubrium up. Lift the manubrium. There you go. Lift it. Lift it. Lift the legs, Nicole. Lift the legs. And then come on down. Oh, goddess. Yes. Okay, we'll do it one more time, and we're gonna do a little bit of a movement here. So bring the arms forward, lift up as high as you can. Lift up. There you go, Nicole. Nicole, take your chin in a little bit more. Lengthen the back of your neck. That's it, right there. Now squeeze the elbows back. Remember, though, 90 degrees to your shoulders. Inhale, bring the arms forward, and squeeze the elbows back, and lift the manubrium. Lift the chest up. Lift the chest. Lift the clavicle nudge. Lisa, don't lose it. Bring the arms out. Exhale, squeeze the elbows back. Lift the chest. Lift it. Extend. One more time. Inhale. Give it all you've got here. Lift up. Lift everything up. There you go. Lift your legs up, Kathy. Lift your legs up, and then come on down. Oh, hallelujah. I am expanding my capacity. Was that good for you, Leslie? Yes. Leslie, I miss you. I miss you. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and I want you to do Cobra Pose again. Don't think about it, just do it. And just see if there's a difference. Okay? Does it feel different? Yeah, it's a lot easier. Why is that? Just a little pop quiz. Why is it easier? The manubrium is activated. The manubrium, it's right here. Yes, it's just a bone or cartilage. It's a junction point. You did not activate your manubrium. So the simple answer is that we've started to engage the spinal extensor muscles. All those muscles that are responsible for us to extend, to go backwards, are engaging, are contracting. Before, when I asked you to do Cobra Pose, they were probably asleep. And so you couldn't feel this extension happening. But now we've really started to engage those muscles. Okay? Simple answer. So come up into Cobra one more time. We're just going to stay there for a couple of breaths, and I'll give you some cues. So have the legs, press the leg bones down. You don't have to bring them together. Just press the leg bones down. Press the shin bones down. Squeeze the shin bones into the midline. Now draw the chest forwards, and now start to press up. Come up a little bit higher, Brittany. There you go. Take the shoulders back. There. Bring the chin in just a little bit. Allow the elbows to splay out just a little bit, and expand the collarbones. And here, Lisa, lift your manubrium. There you go. Draw the shoulders down, Ray. Draw the shoulders down. There you go. One more time. Lift up the heart, and then exhale. Come down, tuck the toes, come into downward facing dog. Oh, Jesus. That is beautiful. Okay, inhale from here. Come to fours, which is a beautiful extension posture. Lift the chest and heart. Draw the shoulder blades back. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. And then inhale, think of the navel center. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. And do this about 4 more times. Just come to fours slowly, but really engage from the navel point. Slowly come down, and when you're on fours, Leslie, work on that neutral spine, please. Find the neutral spine. That's it. That's it. And then exhaling back. Nice. Keep coming from the navel center. Feel that if you don't engage at the navel point, that your knees kind of drop to the floor. So there has to be a little bit of engagement there. Think about the transverse abs, the sides of the abdominal wall, moving towards the midline, and also having this feeling or this sense that the pubic bone is moving upwards. Good. And then the next one, just stay in downward facing dog, please. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Very good. Slowly bring the right knee to the floor. Turn the left heel over to the right. And bring the left hand up to the sky. Now, one of the things that I really want you to do here, which is a little bit of a different instruction than what some of you are used to, but think about that Coke can on the right side and see if you can crunch it. Okay, and lift up. Another way of saying that is to bring your left hand to the rib cage on the left side. Point the elbow upwards and then start to lift into that hand. Lift up into that hand. Nice. And then slowly come down and take the left hand to the floor and then step your right foot back, downward dog. And then do the same on the other side. The left knee to the floor. Turn the right heel to the left. Lift up. Think again of that kind of Coke can on the left side, and you're kind of crunching it. Yeah. Lift up into the right ribs as much as you can. There you go. We're going to come back to this idea in the next pose. And then slowly come down and bring the feet back, come into down dog. We'll just do this a couple of times. We're not going to do it on our traditional 6 seconds, 6 times, but come down onto your knees, come down onto your elbows. Maybe walk them a little forward. Good. Come into plank pose. Good. Then slide the heels over to the left and bring the left hand, the right hand. Oy, Dios mío. Bring the heels over to the left and bring the right hand up to the sky. There you go. Now lift up, crunch up. Crunch up. I want you to crunch that Coke can. I know. There you go, Lisa. And then slowly come on out and change sides. Come into plank, pause there for 2 or 3 seconds, and then come on up into the other side. And crunch up. So you really feel those muscles, the obliques, internal, external oblique muscles crunching as you lift up. Part of that key is lifting up, lift up, lift up, and then change sides. Good job, Stephanie. Woohoo! And then change sides. There you go, Brittany. That's it. Crunch up, crunch up, crunch up. Ooh, that Coke can is in smithereens now. Lift up here. Lift up on the right side as high as you can. Keep lifting, 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 crunching, crunching, and then change sides. Pause in plank pose for 2-3 seconds. And then change sides. Okay, this will be the last round. Again, crunching up. Lift up in that left side as high as you can. Oh, fantastic. Beautiful, Kaylee. Love that. And then change sides. Beautiful. Very nice. And take the plank pose, and then come onto come onto your knees. Bring the hands to the floor, and come back into downward dog. Okay. So for those of you who have wrist issues, if you want to do the knee variation to the floor, you can do that. Otherwise, let's bring the heels over to the right. And full Vajradhana, now bring the left hand up to the sky. Beautiful. That's it. Some of you might notice you're a little bit more stable because we've done all of this core work. Lift up the hips as high as you can. Lift the hips up. Lift the hips up. Beautiful, Emma. And then slowly come on out. Take a moment and then change sides. Nice, Ray. Inhaling deeply. Exhale deeply. Take another breath in. And exhale, and then slowly come on out. And come into downward facing dog. Very good. Exhale. Bend the knees. Inhale, walk, step, or float. The feet up to the hands. And exhale, fold. And then inhale, slowly come on up to standing. And exhale into Namaste Mudra. Okay, so how do you guys feel from doing that? Do you feel different in your core? Yeah? How do you guys feel online? Good? You feel strong? Stable? Leslie, you're liking this, aren't you? This your powerful woman. My powerful goddess. Okay, so let's bring a block in between your thighs, please. Okay, so what we're going to do here is something very simple. By the way, if you want a wider gait, and the gait means like how you're standing, so if you want your feet a little wider, which is fine, you can also do this. You can bring the block like this. Okay, so either way, one is fine. Cross your arms, okay, and then crunch over to your right. So crunch over to your right. That's it. And then come back up and crunch over. Same side, same side. There you go. And up. Squeeze the block. When you squeeze the block, the adductors lift upwards into the pelvic floor. Squeeze over to the right. Good. And come back up. And squeeze over to the right. and come back up. Good. And squeeze over to the right. This time let the right arm come up. Your left arm, I'm sorry. Bring your left arm up. Bring it over your head and reach. And come back up. Good. Crunch over. And then bring your left arm, reach up. And come up. And we'll do it one more time. Crunch over to the right. And then bring the arm up. And then steep into that bhavana. I'm expanding my capacity. And come up. And just stand well for a moment. How does that feel? Coming over. Did you notice yourself increasing the depth? It wasn't through stretching, it was through contracting the oblique muscles on the right side. Those are the main. QL a little bit, yeah, a little bit, definitely some, but it comes more from shortening those muscles on your right side. Okay, so let's cross the arms and do the same on the other side, the left side. So bring the left shoulder down to the left hip. Squeeze the block. And then slowly back up. Lift up the chest and heart. Elongate the spine. And then come on over. Again, squeeze the block. And then come on up. And again. And then come on up. And then come on over. And this time, we'll take the right arm and bring it up. Keep squeezing the block as you do that. And then come on up. Good. And then come back over. And then take the arm up and reach. Remember to spiral the heart a little open. There you go. So stay in extension. You want the spine to stay in extension. I am expanding my capacity. Breathing in deeply. Come back up. And one last time, come on over. And then swing the arm up. And come on up. Delicious. Close your eyes. Just take a deep breath in. Squeeze the block. Lift the chest and the heart. Stand well. But also notice if you're standing or how you're standing differently. Our structure changes as our muscles are activated and our gait or the way that we stand begins to shift. Okay, so inhale. You can bring the block out, please, and just put it to the side. Inhale, bring the arms, reach up to the sky. And exhale and swan dive, fold forward. Nice elongated spine. And then inhale, lift the chest and heart. And exhale, take the feet back, come into down dog. Okay. So sometimes I give the option for what I call a vinyasa, which means to plank, to chaturanga, to up dog, to down dog. But what I actually want to invite you guys to start doing a little bit more is don't worry about whole um, that whole situation, but just come into plank pose. Come into plank. If you want a vinyasa, just do plank. Stay there for a breath or about 6 seconds. Feel the transverse abs coming into midline. Remember to drop the hips a bit more, Emma. But engage the leg bones. So differentiate between the hips and the leg bones, and then exhale into down dog. And then when you're ready, slowly lunge your right foot up to your hands and inhale into warrior one. So turn the left heel, over to the right and lift up into warrior one. Good. And let's do a little bit of dynamic warrior one here. So you're going to inhale and exhale, squeeze the elbows down and lift the chest. And Lisa, lift your manubrium. Inhale, bring the arms up. Now, as you bring the arms up, see if you can bring the arm bones back a little bit more. And then exhale and squeeze the elbows back. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, squeeze the elbows back. Beautiful. Inhale, bring the arms up. Now use this bhavana as you exhale. I am expanding my capacity. Inhale, reaching up. I'm expanding my capacity. Exhale. Good. And then inhale, come on up. Stay there for about 3 breaths. Palms turned in. Draw the shoulder blades down the spine. Take the sides of the belly inward, the sides of the transverse abs in. Take the pubic bone upwards. Press down into the outer edge of the foot. That's it. Nice. Straighten your arms. There you go. And then smile. And then exhale, bend the elbows. So do that variation and feel yourself even creating more extension in the thoracic spine. So it's like you're almost lying back on a wheel. Yes. Nice, Brittany. Take one more breath in and then exhale softly. Come forward, navel to spine as you do that. Bring the hands to the floor, downward facing dog, navel to spine. And then come into plank pose. Pause there for about a breath, which is about 6 seconds. And then when you're ready, come back into downward dog. Nice. Breathe in deeply and exhale. And then take the left foot up to the hands and inhale, warrior one. And pause there for a moment. Lift the left toes off the floor just to kind of feel the front of the thigh. And then exhale, bend the elbows and softly place the left toes back down, but keep that intention moving more into the heel of the foot. Inhale, straighten the arms and take the biceps behind the ears, and then exhale, squeeze the elbows down. Inhale, bring the arms, reach up. And exhale and squeeze the elbows. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, squeeze the elbows down. Remember to smile a little bit as you do that. Tears of joy. Inhale, bring the arms, reach up. And exhale, squeeze the elbows down. Good, one more time. Inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, squeeze the elbows back. Lift the chest up. Lift the chest up. Good. Inhale, bring the arms, reach up. We'll stay there for about 3 breaths. Turn the palms in. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Elongate the neck. But then start to look up if it feels good. But don't break your neck as you do this. Nice. Pressing down into the back heel of the foot. Bringing the right pelvic bone forwards. coming into more of the left heel. So engaging thigh energy, then squeeze the elbows down the back. Yes, that's it. It's like you're lying back on a wheel. You can feel that action of extension in the thoracic spine. Beautiful, Lisa. Take another breath here, and then navel to spine, gently come forward, bring the hands to the floor, and slide the left foot back, downward dog. Come onto your knees for just a short moment, please. Sit onto the heels of your feet. And just close your eyes just for a moment. Inhale here. I'm expanding my capacity. Where you feel your energy going, go there. Where you feel sensation going, go there. I am opening myself up to a universe of limitless possibilities. Okay, very slowly start to come forward with the hands, please. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Very good. Then take that optional plank if you want to. So if you want to come into plank pose just for a breath or for about 6 seconds, you don't have to, yogi's choice. Relax here a little bit. Now activate the legs. There you go. Without the arms. Activate the legs without the arms. There you go, Brandy. That's it. And then from from downward facing dog, take the right foot up to the hands and come up into warrior one again. Nice. And then exhale, bring the hands behind the back and just relax them on the sacrum or interlace the fingers. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's nice to take with the right foot forward, take the right hand and grab the left wrist. I'm sorry, I said that backwards. Left hand to right wrist. So there's a little bit of a subtle torso twisting to the right, just very subtle. And then straighten the right leg and then inhale and exhale, come forward over the right leg as far as you can comfortably. Keeping the spine extended. Nice, Ray. Inhale, come back up. And again, straightening the right leg. The right leg is straight. But if you want to bend or unlock the right knee a little bit, you can do that. Exhale, come forward. And inhale, come back up. We'll do that 4 more times. And exhale, come forward. If you feel like you want a little bit of, I don't know if challenge is the right word, but inhale, come back up. You can bring the left arm, reach up, but keep the torso and arm in one line if you're going to do that option. Exhale, come forward. Again, don't let the arm come down. Keep the arm level. And then when you're ready, inhale, come back up. And exhale, come back forward. And inhale up. And exhale, come forward. Good. And then just stay there, but now bring, if your hand is forward, bring the hand behind the back. And elongate the neck here. So don't keep jamming the neck by looking up. Just keep the hands behind the back here. If you're coming too far forward, then come up a bit. I'd rather you come up just a little bit. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Nice. And take one more breath. And then inhale slowly back up. And then take the right knee forward, come up into warrior one. Draw the shoulder blades down the spine. And then exhale. Slowly, navel to spine, bring the hands to the floor, right foot back downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up to the sky, so three-legged dog. And then from there, squeeze the hips into the midline, but lift the right leg up a little bit higher. And then here's a little bit of a yogi challenge to come into plank pose from here, but keep the legs straight, Kaylee. And as you do that, keep lifting up so you feel a little bit of hip extension in the right glute. So right leg is up. There you go. And then exhale, come back into down dog. Lower the right foot down. Oh, Lord. Okay, take the left foot forward and inhale into warrior one. And exhale, straighten the left leg and bring the hands behind the back. Very good. Inhale deeply, straightening the left leg. If you want to bend the left knee a little bit, that's fine. You can keep the knee a little flexed. Just this side, let's do something a little different. Lift the left toes off the ground, engaging that left thigh, engaging the left rectus femoris. And then exhale, come forward over the left leg. And then inhale, come back up. And exhale, and come forward. And inhale, come back up. And exhale, and come forward. Good. And inhale, come up. And yogi's choice, if you want to, you can bring the right hand up to the sky, right arm. Again, keep the arm, if you're doing this option, the arm is level with the torso, so don't let the arm drop. Come forward as far as you're comfortable. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, come forward. And inhale, come back up. And exhale, come forward. And then we'll just stay there for a couple of breaths, a few breaths, but take the right arm and bring it behind the back. Elongate the neck. So this is, in and of itself, is actually a bit of a challenging pose because you're maintaining extension while gravity is fighting you. So there's a little bit of willful intention to fight against gravity. To maintain extension, draw the shoulder blades back more, Ray, if you can. Lift the heart and chest. That's it. And then inhale, come back up. Bring the arms, reach up to the sky. Warrior one. Full breath in. I am expanding my capacity. And then exhale softly. Place the hands to the floor. Navel to spine as you come forward. And then left foot back, downward facing dog. With three-legged dog, left leg up to the sky. Keep the legs straight there. And then inhale, come into plank pose. Squeeze the sides of the navel in towards the spine. There you go. Nice, Brittany. Keep that. Don't lose that, Brittany. Straighten your arms. And then lift your left leg higher. Good. But now navel to spine. There you go. Lift the left leg higher. Downward dog. And then bring the knees to the floor and sit on your heels just for a moment. Oh, close your eyes. Drop into that bhavana. I'm expanding my capacity. Go where the energy takes you, without judgment, without thought. Just feel. Go to that place. It's beyond limitations. Go to that place that's beyond fear. Go to that place that's calling to you and beckoning you. Okay, when you're ready, at your own time and pace, bring the hands to the floor and come back into downward dog. Just actually, I should have set this up better, but have 2 blocks handy at the front of your mat, please. And then come into downward dog. Good. And then step your right foot up to your hands. And before you come, I want you to come into Parsvakonasana, sorry, into Warrior 2, but just take a block on the outside of the right foot, okay? And then come up into Warrior 1 and exhale into Warrior 2. Nice. And then inhale here and take the right hand to the block on the outside of the right shin and left arm up and over the head. And then inhale, come back into Warrior 2. And I want you to do this a few more times. Exhale, take the right hand to the block, left arm up and over the head. Bend the right knee a little bit more, Stephanie. There you go. Inhale, come up. I'm expanding my capacity. And exhale, come into the pose. Do that 3 more times on your own after this. Inhaling up. I'm expanding my capacity. Feel yourself expanding. And then exhale, come into the posture. Nice, Nicole. And the third one, just stay there and breathe. Stay in the posture. Part of bhavana is to feel, to cultivate this feeling of opening, of expanding. No longer, we're starting to move away from just posture and move into this actual cultivation of feeling, which in and of itself starts to move prana. Good. Inhale, come back up. Straighten the right leg. Cross your arms just for a second. Think about the hips leveling. Good. Crunch. Bring your right elbow to your right hip bone. Good. Then let your right arm drop down. Just have it on the leg, but not holding your torso up. I want you to use muscular strength to stay up. Then bring the left arm up. And now stay there. If you want to, bring the left arm over your head. And stay here for a few breaths. Again, feel yourself expanding who you think you are in this pose. Is that okay? Bring your arms out, it hurts. It hurts. Just cross your arms. Come out of it a little. And take one more breath. And then inhale, come back up, navel to spine. And then slowly bend your right knee, arms out to the sides, navel to spine, windmill the hands to the floor. And then take the foot back, downward dog. I've got my work cut out with you, Lisa. Left leg comes forward, inhale into Warrior 1. Bring the block to the outside of the left foot. And then come up. And exhale, Warrior 2. Nice. before you come into this pose, before you do it, think about the hips leveling. Do go back into what you were doing. So sometimes we tend to stick out the hips here, the right hip. That's one of the reasons why I think it exacerbates, hip issues. If you kind of look at the anatomy, you can kind of see Brittany right now hanging out on her left hip. She levels the hips and she lifts out of the hips. Now keep that action. Exhale, bring the left hand to the block and the right arm over the head. Does it feel different, Brittany? Inhale back up. And then bend your left knee a little more. Exhale, come into the pose. There you go. Nice. You're welcome. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come into the pose. Inhale, I'm expanding my capacity. Exhale, into the pose. Inhale, come back up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time, just do it one more time. Do this deep into this bhavana and then stay in the pose. Nice. Lift your left toes up a little. There you go. Yes. And then smile. Navel to spine. Inhale up. Good. Relax your arms. Just cross them. Straighten the left leg. Again, lift out of the hips. And then take that lift and then bring the left shoulder to your left hip bone. And then if it feels okay there, then bring the left arm down and then bring the right arm up. Navel to spine, and then take the feet back into downward dog. Take your time. Take your time. Do one more kind of pose here. This is actually our transition to the floor. Come onto your knees, please. And then come onto your knees and come to the middle of your mat and stand up on your knees and then let's face that direction or face a direction. Coming into the middle of your mat. And then start to stretch out the right leg. You can have the foot like Brittany's here, or you can also turn it up and flex the foot. So either option is completely fine. There's nothing in the international yoga regulations of which way the foot should be. Again, let's cross our arms here. Just slightly, just gently let your elbows relax. Lift up the chest and heart. And then take the right elbow or the right shoulder to the right hip bone. Good. And then come back up. Think about that Coke can crunching again. Exhale, come over. And then come back up. How's this? And then come back over. And hold it there just for a second. And come back up. And come back over. And come back up. And then come back over. And then let your right hand come down the right leg. Take the left arm behind the back for a moment. And roll the chest open. Use that as an opportunity, as leverage to roll the chest open. Now think about the muscles on the right side, the upper torso, contracting, shortening. And then take the left arm up and over the head. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling deeply. I am expanding my capacity. I am opening myself up to a universe of limitless, infinite possibilities. And then come back up and stay where you are for a second. Flex your left foot right where it is. So flex the toes. And then take your hands up to the sky. And then exhale and take your left hand back to the heel of the foot. And open up. Nice, Brittany. And reach the arm up and the right arm up and over your head. Beautiful. Lift the chest and the manubrium up to the sky. Take one more breath. And then exhale, slowly come on out. And then bring the knees together. And just sit onto the heels just for a moment. The palms resting on the thighs. Lift the chest and the heart upwards. Sit well. Feel the top of the head rising upwards towards the ceiling. I am expanding my capacity. Very good. And then come on up to your knees. And this time we'll stretch the left leg out. Good. Cross your arms and then bring your left shoulder towards your left hip bone. Nice. Think about that Coke can crunching. And then slowly come back up. And slowly come back over. And slowly up. And come back over. And come back up. And slowly over. And come back up. And slowly over. And one last time. Slowly come on up. And slowly over. And then take the left hand down the left leg. And the right hand comes behind the back. And start there first because you get to remind yourself this is a way to help you to remember to keep extending the spine. Extending especially in the upper chest. Instead of allowing the chest to round forward, you're reminding yourself to keep the chest open And then bring the right arm, reach up to the sky and over your head. Take another deep breath in. Good. And then slowly come back up. Flex the right toes. And then take the arms, reach up to the sky. Kind of take a little bit of a back bend here. Challenge yourself. And then take the right hand back and clasp the elbow or the heel. And slowly start to reach over your head with that other hand. Keep the other leg straight, Nicole. Extend through the leg. There you go. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling deeply. Very nice. Come back up and then slowly sit back onto the heels of your feet. Nice. Breathe in deeply and exhale deeply. Okay, just come onto your backs, please. We'll finish with one pose. At the feet, hip distance apart, bending the knees. Keep the feet a little bit wider, Brittany. There you go. So the heels just coming to the outer edges of the hips. Bring the arms either over your head or out like a T, so you decide which is easier. Then lift the hips up. Really squeeze the glutes here. Squeeze the glutes as much as you can. And then slowly come on down. And then come on up and squeeze the glutes. Lift up a little bit higher. Feel in for every fiber that's in your glute. And then slowly come on down. And then come on up. See if you can anchor down into the heels. Maybe lift your toes up a little bit. Feel the outer shin bones squeeze to the midline. And use that as leverage now. Get the hips up a little higher, shortening those muscles. And then slowly come on down. And then come on up. Lift up a little bit higher. And then come on down. Okay, let's come into Shavasana, please. So get relaxed into Shavasana. Inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Inhaling and exhaling. This is a tension relaxation practice. Keeping your arms about 6 inches out from the side of your body. Your heels about shoulder width distance apart. Become aware of your breathing. Breathe deeply and evenly as you relax completely. Just open your mouth and stretch your tongue out and down, please. And then relax. Breathe deeply and evenly. Tense all the muscles of your face, pulling them towards the tip of your nose. Now release the tension and relax. Breathe deeply and evenly. Gently close your eyes. Gently roll your head a little side to side. Just kind of feeling your neck. Again, releasing any tension. And then gently release and relax. Pull your shoulders forward, maybe up towards the ceiling, a little bit towards the ears, and then let them come back down. Breathe deeply and evenly. Consciously tense your right arm. Do not make a fist or lift your arm off the floor. And as you tense your arm, make the fingers straight and stiff. Hold the tension and feel the tension moving upwards from the fingers all the way to your shoulders. And now consciously release that tension and relax. Take a few relaxing breaths, breathing deeply, quietly, and evenly. And now repeat with your left arm. Consciously tense your left arm without making a fist or lifting the arm off the floor. Hold the tension, feeling the tension moving upwards from your fingers all the way to your shoulders. And then release the tension and relax. Breathe deeply and evenly. And again, tense your right arm without tensing any other part of your body. Hold the tension, feeling the tension moving upwards from your fingers all the way to the shoulders, and then consciously release the tension of the right arm. And then repeat the same process of tensing, holding the tension, releasing, and relaxing with the left arm. Inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Now tense your hips and buttocks and briefly hold the tension and then release the tension and relax. Breathe deeply and evenly. And again, tense the hips and buttocks. Briefly hold the tension and then release it. Relax. Breathe deeply and evenly. Now tense only your right leg by pointing your toes away from the body. Keep the rest of your body relaxed. And then release the tension and relax. Breathe deeply and evenly. Now tense only the left leg by pointing the toes away from the body. Keep the rest of the body relaxed. And release the tension and relax. Breathe deeply and evenly. Repeat this practice of tensing on the right side a second time, holding briefly and then releasing and relaxing. And now tense the left leg, hold the tension, and release and relax. Relax, breathe deeply and evenly. Starting at your toes, relax your body upwards. From the toes, through your legs, torso, arms, and head. Exhale from your head to your toes. Inhale from your toes to your head. Breathe deeply, evenly, and smoothly. So take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your nose. Feel your breath entering through your body, consciousness entering through your body via your breath. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And bend one knee. And bend the other knee. And gently start to roll over. Good. And then come back up. Hey, how do you guys feel? Did you have a nice relaxation? Did you guys have a nice relaxation?